and she's also a member of Women of Color Speak Out, which is an organization, a group that does a lot of education around capitalism and patriarchy and system of oppression that keep us all down. And yeah, she's just an amazing organizer. So yeah, Sarah.
Om Shri Krishna Namaha. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. My name is Zana, and first I would like to acknowledge that we are standing and sitting and eating and marching on stolen native land. And I would like to acknowledge the Lummi for their incredible wisdom and leadership in climate justice and social justice, and let them know that I and Women of Color Speak Out stand with them always. I would also like to thank all of you for being here today, and particularly thank my fellow speakers for their wisdom and their courage. My group, Women of Color Speak Out, is a collective of climate justice activists, and as Women of Color Speak Out, we are all women of color who mostly have our roots in the global south. So we are immigrants, we are workers, we are women of color, and we know what it means to be marginalized. We know what it means to be crushed by this system. And as Women of Color Speak Out, we acknowledge and accept and teach others that the root causes of climate change are 4 systems of oppression: capitalism, colonialism, racism, and patriarchy. And whenever you use the word patriarchy, people immediately assume that you're a man-hater. I assure you I am not a man-hater. Some of my friends are male. I can't possibly be a man-hater. Some of them are even white. Some of them are even straight. And some of them are even cis. And some of them are even cis, straight, white males. I assure you I'm not a man-hater. But you see, patriarchy is a system of power that makes us identify only with our bodies. And that comes from the ego, where the ego will tell you you are your body, and therefore, whatever you can get for your body is your number 1 priority. Therefore, if you're a man, you dominate women and queer and trans people. If you're white, you dominate people of color. If you're rich, you dominate poor people. If you're human, you dominate animals. You dominate this earth. You dominate the water and the land and the forest, and treat it as if all of this exists simply for your pleasure. That's what patriarchy is. And that is why patriarchy is a root cause of climate change, of capitalism, of racism, and of colonization. It's a root cause. And that is why, as workers, as immigrants, as poor people, we have to rise up to dismantle patriarchy. And when we dismantle patriarchy, and as we dismantle patriarchy, we will be demanding a just transition. That means that we create a future in which workers do not get marginalized, in which even the unpaid workers are recognized, such as the women who do masses of unpaid labor that goes unrecognized and unseen as labor because it's not called a job. We create local, sustainable economies with worker-owned cooperatives with urban food forests, local food forests, so that our basic needs are met. We build radically sustainable buildings, homes that are based on resources that we have locally. We need to be creating those things so that we have a just transition and a brighter future in which we can all thrive, and in which the bosses and the 1% and the presidents are not able to crush us. We have to dismantle their system by divesting from their system in every way. We need to be replanting the forests, following the leadership of the First Nations. Because before the white man came here, they were safeguarding these lands for thousands upon thousands of years. This land was a paradise. We need to be relearning from them how we should be treating the land. And we need to be getting back in contact with our own ancestry, with our own spiritual wisdom. Because, as I said, patriarchy comes from the ego, and that means it's a spiritual problem. It's a spiritual problem, and a spiritual problem must have a spiritual solution. That is how we dismantle patriarchy. That is how we come together and see each other not as bodies, but as our family, as the children of Mother Earth, as people who are all in this struggle together, and not just us, but all of the animals, all of the ocean life, all of the birds in the sky, all of the insects in the soil, and Mother Earth herself. That is how we come together. That is how we dismantle patriarchy. That is how we defend workers. And that is how we take care of each other. Thank you.
One more round of applause. That was amazing. Thank you for coming all the way from Seattle today, Darna. Next we have